Hey guys, it's Miriam. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be talking about how you can have a stress-free morning. But I gotta be honest, you guys, I have not always been a morning person. I never had really structure in my mornings, and so I would just kind of get up and go. And that led to me being late, being stressed out, being frustrated, and it would ultimately put like this negative tone for my day. And so I had to take a step back, do some internal investigation and say, Miriam, why are you being late to everything? Why don't you have a routine? And so with just trial and error over time, I took these small steps, I would say, that has helped me have a stress-free morning and ultimately a stress-free day. And so let's start with tip number one. You have to set small goals. And what do I mean by small goals? You have to set goals that are small goals that are attainable the next day. And so you set them the night before for the next day, because that will help you kind of wake up and get going in the morning. And so, for example, I write down in my journal and or my planner, I want to drink 30 ounces of water before noontime. That's a goal of mine. And so that's really helped me just kind of get up and get going in the morning and just be stress-free, because I make sure I prep my water and everything beforehand and make sure I hit that target. Another one is maybe you want to read in the morning, 20 minutes in the morning, or by noontime. I'm saying noon, but so if you want to achieve that, make sure you have some type of goal or like a time frame of when you want to achieve that goal the next day. And so tip number two, you have to prepare the night before. I know it sounds super simple, but sometimes we don't do it, right? Things happen the night before and we don't prepare. And then the next day is just super chaotic and everyone is stressed. And that's not how anyone wants to live, right? Or have a day. And so what I do is I pick out all my clothes. So if I am having a meeting or if I'm just kind of having more of a chill, relaxed day, working in my office type of thing the next day, I just set out my clothes for that. And so I'm very intentional about what clothes I'm wearing. So I'll put my clothes and my accessories out the night before. I'll make sure I have my lunch prepared the night before. So if you do food prep on Sundays or Mondays, you kind of already know this, but make sure you have your food prepped the night before. If you have a smoothie, make sure you have that smoothie. And so I can maybe do a different video of how I do my smoothies in the morning. I put everything into a freezer bag and I just throw it in the blender in the morning, blend it up, put it in my cup, and then I am out the door. And so these are some ways that you can prepare the night before. So the next tip is unwind before bed. And so what do I mean by that? That may look like spending quality time with your family or your child. It may be taking a bubble bath or a hot shower. It may be journaling, reading the Bible, reading a book, whatever that is to unwind before bed. Because I have noticed if I have to work late or I just come right in and just get my stuff together or not get my stuff together and get right in the bed, I am like stressed. My blood pressure, I feel like it's high and I can't really unwind and have a good peaceful night's rest. And so make sure you unwind before bed. The next tip is be in bed before 10 o'clock. You heard me, 10 o'clock or 9:30. It just depends on what kind of job you do. And this may vary for the different jobs you do and if you work late. So please take that into consideration. But making sure that you are in bed to give yourself an ample enough time to do all the tasks that you want to do in the morning. Because if you're not, you get in the bed at like, I don't know, midnight or 1 o'clock, you can expect to be positive and upbeat and have energy the next day or the next morning. And so just making sure you're in bed at a time, whether it's 9 or 10 o'clock, so that you can make sure you have ample enough time for the next day. The last tip is set an alarm clock. I know, again, this may sound really easy, you guys, but I'm trying to do simple better and give you simple tools that have really helped me. So make sure you guys set an alarm clock, whether it's on your phone or you actually have an alarm clock. However you have to do, set the alarm clock. I also recommend set 2 of them. And then also how you set that alarm clock is based on when you need to leave out the next day. And so for me, I need to leave out by 7:30 so my daughter can be to school by 8 o'clock. And so I can be to work by like 8:15, 8:20. So I make sure I set my alarm for like 6:15, 6:20. So that gives me enough time in the morning to like read my Bible, meditate, take a shower, eat some breakfast, get dressed, do a little makeup, and I'm out the door. And so making sure that you set your alarm clock to a time that gives you enough, ample enough time to do the task for the morning. Another quick tip within that, set your alarm clock for whatever time is best for you and what you have to do in the morning. Put your phone on your dresser. I know we need our phones next to us like they're our kids, but put it on the dresser. Put it away from your bed and where you're going to be at, because this really ensures that you have to get up, because you hear that alarm clock, you want it to go off, so you're going to get up. Once you're up, once your brain is up, your body is moving, at that point, you're not going to really want to get back in bed. Maybe you do, but you're more likely to actually do all the tasks you want to do in the morning. And again, being stress-free because you're waking up in early enough time to do everything. Okay, but overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just want to give you guys some simple tips that have helped me in my journey with having a successful morning routine and just a stress-free morning. But it's all about being positive and thinking happy thoughts for the next day, you guys. All about putting that energy out there so that you can have that energy come back to you. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful and beneficial to help jumpstart your morning, and so that you can have a stress-free morning and overall day. But again, I appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.